Welcome everyone, this is Ricardo, and I want to say that I'm very, very aware of how everybody plans their life and how everybody is utilizing technology. And I don't down technology, I don't down the fact that we have, an advanced society, but I would like for people, and just to my own opinion, I would like for people to balance life. This is also speaking to me. All of us is being able to balance life and balance how we have all these new things, new technology, and not allow that to take us away from reality. Social media is great. When you have social media, you're able to connect with people, so that's not something that's bad. But just like the Bible is speaking about, and it's not the exact scripture, but it's about having too much honey. That's not good for the soul. Too much honey is not good for your body. So if too much honey is not good for you, too much of anything is not good for you. Let's take, for example, if you go on social media for a majority of the day and then you go into work, if you have a job. When was the last time you really went out there and connected with somebody? The best thing to do is get away from a lot of that stuff. Because when you are deep into social media, you're behind a computer or you're behind your phone. You're behind some type of electronic device. You're not speaking to a lot of people. You're not interacting. What you're placing yourself into is being a deeper introvert. Being more deep into not having a social life. Not being being able to be in an environment. It's also saying about when two or three are gathered in God's name, in His name, there shall He be. It should be a gathering, because gathering brings an energy. And never forsake the assembly of others. When you assemble with others, that's another thing. So when you assemble with many people, you're able to take energy, take ideas, and you're able to do something with it. Now, I can go deep into this right here. I like to say that I can go deep when it comes to certain subjects, because there's certain things that, you have your people that are in the beginning of learning things, people who are intermediate, still learning, but they know a little bit here and there, and you have your advanced people. So I'm gonna take it from just the ground basic of why getting away to the advanced. And then you can look and do your own research and do your due diligence and figure out why we are in such a fast-paced society and what's going on. But just pay attention. When it comes to what's going on in society, you see that the way that jobs are being taken, or certain things that are taking place. Now I'm kind of getting into a subject that is beyond this technology and why we should get back into balancing, but I'm going to touch a little bit on this so you can kind of see what's going on right now and where we should come back. See, right now society's in a fast pace, but if you go into a grocery store, how often are you being helped by an actual person? They have more self-checkouts at some places, majority of places actually, more self-checkouts than the actual cashier being there. There used to be a time where there was a cashier and a bagger, and there would be probably many slots for cashiers and baggers to be there. So then somebody can focus on the cash being done right, and then the person bagging the groceries right. But then because of technology, money's been placed into the technology made to replace the person. And now instead of the person being there, technology's having its own bots, which really it doesn't think properly. And they're having to manage the money that's being placed into the machine. And now you only have probably one or two cashiers and probably no bagger every now and then. Whenever you visit stores, you probably may see a bagger there, but it's rare. Technology's shifting a lot of stuff. So yeah, technology's replacing a lot of things. There used to be a time where we didn't have to pay high bills for a cell phone and having this 4G and 5G data and things of that sort. Money wasn't really that deep of an issue. There really wasn't that deep of debt. But technology is a plus and it's a minus to it. There's a pro and there's a con to it. The pro to it is it makes things more convenient. The con to it is that you have to pay for that. So you might have the convenience in hand, but you have to pay more for that. Same thing for when you have fast food. If you realize that the food you can make could be easily done at home, you can make your eggs, you can get bacon, you can get, or whatever you want to get. You get eggs, your sausage, whatever food you eat. You get your eggs, your sausage, your toast, or whatever, and then you put that all together, and you made your own meal that was less than $1, but then you'd rather go out to a fast food place and spend $3. It's called convenience. You spend more on convenience than for something that you have to take more time in doing. Same thing for the vacuum cleaner. It uses electricity. That is great that we have a vacuum cleaner, but remember the broom. It takes more energy to do. The vacuum cleaner is going to utilize electricity inside a home. That means your electrical bill is going to be it's going to be a part of that. So it's going to be convenience with cost, or no cost really, and yet you're putting more effort to it. So now I can bring it back to what I'm going to talk about. When you do have things that are done through paper and pen, it may be a little bit more work to many people. But what's going on is, I'm not saying that we are getting lazy, but I'm saying we are getting away from the basic of how we were living. At times we used to actually clean our clothes. So in reality, do we ever wash our clothes? No. This is a joke right here. Do we wash our clothes? No. The washing machine does that for us. We don't ever wash our clothes unless you literally take your clothes and put it in a bucket and wash it. Technology has got advanced. Do we actually ring up customers if we are cashiers? Nope. We can point them to the machine that takes care of all of that. Technology is taking away things. So there's a pro to technology, the convenience, but there's a con to it. It's either a cost that comes out of our pockets, or it takes away the opportunity to put into our pockets. We have to be mindful of how to utilize technology and place a balance to it. But now we utilize technology not only job related, not only household related, but how we utilize everything in life. And I wonder if there will be anybody out there who can take the challenge of not ever having a cell phone after this point forward. I know even for me, I'm speaking for myself. Not ever going back on social media. There might be people that be able to do that. I know that you might utilize, certain things in order for you to see tips and tricks and things like that. And even when I'm giving out tips, you're going to utilize the computer for those. You're going to utilize the computer for that. But can you balance that? You don't have to cut things cold turkey. You don't have to do that. But what you can do is you can balance. If you're utilizing a cell phone, balance how much you utilize it. If you're utilizing social media, balance that. If you're utilizing anything in this world, you have to balance it. So how do we, because this is organizing our life. This is all on the subject of organizing our life. How do we balance all the things we have in life? We just have to write these things down. I like talking about the book of Habakkuk, write it down and make it plain. On this subject of writing things down and making these things plain, when you write these things down, your mind triggers, okay, I wrote it down. You made it tangible. See, when you type things up, it's still lost in the virtual realm. Whether you place it into a cell phone, whether you place it into the computer, whether you place it to a tablet, it's lost in there. Your fingers don't recognize that you typed this. Your fingers don't recognize that you swiped this. Only thing they might recognize a little bit of it is your eyes. And that's it. But even then, when the screen is projecting this light inside your eyes, it's not really doing what it could do when you see the actual tangible thing and you're writing down these things. Let's plan our life with a balance. Balancing life is so important. When you start to balance your life accordingly, God will begin to balance all the things that you were looking for. Balance is what we're looking for as far as keeping organized. Now, there's not going to be now, I'm going to say this too. Nobody's going to have 100% balance. Something's going to be a little bit imbalanced. You might have to lose some sleep to gain a certain amount of time to create certain money or a certain wealth status. You might have to lose some sleep. Or if you've already got certain things planned and everything properly, you might have more sleep. So then that way your health doesn't get affected. So you might gain a lot of sleep so that your health is good. But your money may not be building the way that you wanted to build. You might have time to yourself, but you're going to neglect a little bit of time with other people. Or you might have a whole bunch of time with people, and you're not going to have enough time for yourself. There's always going to be a bit of imbalance here and there. But we can perfect our balance. We can perfect what we can handle and how we balance it. So then that way we can scale things according to how we feel our body and our health can handle it. The ultimate thing you want to do is you want to get yourself away from this technological advanced society so that you don't get drowned in it and you don't get lost in it. Because that's what's happening in society. When was the last time, and this is, like I said, opinionated, everybody has their own opinions to this. When was the last time society had a full-grown family? I'm talking about husband, wife, and probably 1 or 2 kids, probably 3 kids. Husband, wife, and 3 kids all together inside a table. I'm talking about sitting at a round table or sitting at a table, eating food together, discussing what happened. When was the last time there have been children outside playing kickball, playing basketball, or outside? I'm talking about a majority of kids. I'm not talking about the minority that I'm seeing out. There's not many kids outside. Technology and all the things that have happened, it's good, like I said, but it's too much of it. When kids are outside, when kids are able to balance how much they do outside to balance how much they do inside the house, that will also balance their health, balance what type of lifestyle they have, knowing that they have other things they have to take care of. Not neglecting chores. Growing up inside a society now where they know better, that technology can take them away from knowing hands-on things. Can we get back to being hands-on? Can we get back to that balance? Not be at a table or even in our own places. Somebody at one place watching television, another person at one place on the computer, another person at one place on their phone, another person at one place doing this, and another person at one place doing that. And they're eating their food, but they're not eating their food together. And nobody really knows what's going on in the back of a child's mind, or in the back of the person, the spouse's mind, the back of their mother or father's mind. They don't know what's going on because they're so preoccupied with what technology has done. They're so preoccupied with the inventions of things. Balance is so important. We can balance, we can start somewhere. Let us get our balance back. Let us get our focus back into what we really need to have. The fundamental things, the basic things. Being able to write things down. Being able to read. Plan our life accordingly. Sitting at a table, all together in a full family. Because there are a lot of dysfunctional families. The father may not be there. The mother may not be there. The way the children are raised up. May not have parents, both parents may not be there. Where somebody, one of the siblings, has to be a father and a mother. Or maybe one of the siblings has to just be a father or just a mother. One of the siblings not really being able to be a sibling. The society. There's a lot that I could touch on. But getting our balance back is so, so important. And I have to bring it back to that. When we utilize what we utilize, let's not take it too far. Let's not do so much that we forget the importance of balance. We forget the importance of being in actuality in the now. We're not looking at the past of what was done on social media. We're not looking at future things that we could do as far as in social media. We're not looking at new technology that's about to come out and how we can get our hands on it when we know that we're still in a debt situation or we're looking to try to figure out how to pay this bill. Cell phones is a brand new bill compared to what used to be in the past. Electricity is higher because of computers. There's pros to cell phones, there's pros to computers, but the con to it all is how much are you utilizing these things, and are you getting yourself more deep into a debt situation, more deep into a not being able to experience and enjoy traveling and out here in life and speaking to people, congregating with people. Let's not forsake the assembly of others. Let's not forsake the time that we could be spending just meditating on what we're going to do in the future and placing it down on paper so that way we have a balanced life. I don't want to go so deep into this to the point where, the information is too long, but let's stop at this point. What can you do right now at this moment to get yourself more balanced, or to allow whatever structure you have now to become a greater structure, health-wise and wealth-wise? And how can you include God in this balance? Let's all stop at that. Let's think about that. Let's start now with what we can do. And don't use your cell phone, don't use your computer, don't use your tablet, but write those things down on plain paper and say, what can I do now that it put balance into my life? And again, my name is Ricardo. I love you all, and God bless.